Hello, 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 Lady PNC. Thank you for joining. Just go ahead on and share for me. Hello, 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 my good friend Paul Blue. Hello, come on in, and as you come in, share and start giving those hearts. Start giving those hearts. Hello, hello, hello. Come on in and share. Come on in and share. Come on in and share. Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. I see each and every one of you, my leadership friends. I see you on this evening. Good evening. Good evening. Looking for a good word? Well, I give you a good word on tonight. All of my leadership friends, thank you for coming on. Thank you for coming on tonight. Come on in and share so we can get started. Come on. As you all see, I have on my I'm a Friend of Leadership, hashtag I'm a Friend of Leadership t-shirt. They are available. I have a few on hand, but you can also go to my website, Cotton and Company. I am feeling a little better, and you're welcome about the consistency. I'm always going to be consistent. Great leaders build consistency. That's a nugget for the night. Great leaders build consistency. But you can go to the website, Cotton and Company website, and you can order your shirt. I do have a few on hand that you can get directly from me. But let's start. Let's start the I'm a Friend of Leadership movement. So I am real excited about what is taking place in the area of leadership. And it is, as I was talking to a good friend, it is a movement that is taking place, and we want to be effective in what we do. All right, so come on in and share. Come on in and share. Let me see those shares as well. Yes, early nugget, hashtag early nugget. You're right, Lady PNC, early nugget. So come on in, 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 come on in. I want to talk tonight. I want to talk tonight about recharge. About recharge. I want to share for a few minutes on tonight about recharge. And I want to really challenge you all on tonight. I want to say first, thank you all for being consistent. Thank you all for being consistent with me. I do realize that you do not have to come into LeaderScope every Sunday at 8 o'clock p.m., but you come on, so you are as consistent as I am. So let's get those hearts, and as well, if you can share. I see some new names. So if you're new on LeaderScope, if this is your first time or your second time, and if you're not as consistent as you would like to be, we want to recognize you. All of our friends on leadership who are consistent want to recognize anyone that's new on tonight. So if you can identify yourself, let us know where you're coming in from, so we can recognize you as a great friend of LeaderScope. So who are my first time or second time friend of leadership in on tonight? So who are you? Let's recognize all of our first time I'm a Friend of Leadership into LeaderScope on tonight. So anyone new tonight? I thought I saw a couple of new names. All right. Well, we say welcome to all of our newest leadership friends on tonight. I'm going to get started now. Here's what I believe. I believe that everyone on here have a desire to be an effective leader. That's what I believe. I believe that you're on here every week because you have a desire to be an effective leader. Good evening. That you have a desire to be an effective leader. And here's what I believe that I am here for. I am not here to develop you as a leader. Now I'm going to let you in on my philosophy of what I do and what I believe in terms of growing leaders. I do not believe that leaders. One, I believe that all persons are born leaders. I believe that everyone is born a leader. I've shared that before. But I do not believe that leaders are to be developed. I know that sounds strange. And I know that we hear a lot of leadership development, and that has been coined and that has been shaped in our society. We have conferences, we have seminars, we have workshops, all centered around leadership development. But here's the reason why I am challenged with that. And I'm going to tell you, I'm challenged with that because of this. I'm challenged with the fact that how can you develop something that's already created? How can you develop something that is already created? Okay. Now, here's my premise. Here's my premise. Here's the thinking. If I buy a pack of seeds, right? If I buy a pack of seeds, orange seeds, if I want to grow an orange tree in my yard, and I go buy a pack of orange tree seeds, that seed is already in that pack. That seed is already developed, right? It's already developed. On the reverse side, on the back side of that packet, it gives me instructions on how to grow. Watch this. Typically, what's on the front of that packet. On the front of that packet, they don't show you a picture of what's in the packet. They show you the potential of what can grow based on what's in the packet. If you follow the instructions of nurturing what's in the packet. Okay? So, I already believe that each one of you is an effective leader. Each one of you are already an effective leader. I believe that. I'm sold on that. I have no doubt. Let me say that I have no doubt that any of you are effective leaders. Okay. So I'm not here to develop you. What I'm here to do is to nurture you, based on what I believe are some good practices, some good instructions, some good advice, and your consistency on being on here every Sunday will help. What I believe will help that to happen. Now, you have responsibilities to do that. So if each one of you are considered a leadership seed, okay, if each one of you are considered a leadership seed, and I want to grow a powerful, strong, rooted, strong tree, leadership tree, and each one of you are in a pack of leadership seeds. Well, in that hard shell is the nucleus of what will grow as this tree of leaders. Okay, stick with me. Once I plant you in the ground, I then have the responsibility of nurturing you while you're being planted. Now, my responsibility is, watch this, is to make sure I plant you in the right environment for you to grow. And of course, I do that based on the instructions that's on the back of the packet. Now, once I plant you in the right environment and I'm nurturing you, fertilizing you, watering you, cultivating the area around you, making sure weeds do not grow around you, making sure the soil doesn't become contaminated, making sure weeds are not choking you out. Once I making sure you get the right nutrition, the right sunlight, the right things that help you grow. Once you start to sprout out that ground, you start to grow into this tree. Okay? Then as the tree, as the branches, there then becomes something you have to do. What you have to do is you have to make sure that you are recharging yourselves. Okay? And how do you recharge yourself? Well, when a tree starts to grow, it has roots. It has to grow its roots. And what happens with the tree is two things in order for it to be strong, healthy. A tree grows deep roots that then, watch this, if I do not water you every day, as if I had to do when you were a seed, the roots of the tree grows roots down deep enough into the ground to pull out the natural moisture and the natural water from the ground that's deep rooted. It's the first thing. The second thing that happens is the tree will then seek out the sunlight. That's why sometimes you see certain trees. One is their roots are very strong. They're very deep. And if you cut it down, they tend to grow back. And you think you've killed it off. No, you didn't kill it off, because those roots are very deep. And sometimes the only way for you to really get that tree out and to get that tree removed is you got to uproot it. You have to uproot it. Well, that's the first thing. The other thing is, sometimes if you ever notice a tree tends to bend. Well, sometimes the reason why that tree is bending, it has a natural bend to it, is because it has been in the direction where it can get the sunlight that is needed to grow. As a leader, if you've been put in the right environment, if you've been nurtured properly, then your responsibility is to make sure you're staying recharged. You have to make sure that you're staying recharged. So here's the question I have for you. What are you doing to stay recharged? What are you doing to stay recharged? What books are you reading? What workshops are you seeking out to go to so you can grow? Who are you around? Who are you sitting around? Listen, the only way for you to be effective and the only way for you to reach your destiny or your purpose in life is you have to be around like-minded people. I'm discovering this. As I get older. I am discovering that I have to be around like-minded individuals. So I can't just build any type of relationships. See, I'm not seeking, and I posted this the other day. I'm not seeking to be successful. I'm seeking to be significant. And the only way for me to be significant is I have to make sure that I'm not around people that's going to kill my significance. I got to be around people that's going to help me. I got to be around people that I can charge into, that I can plug into, that can feed me, that can even nurture me. Okay? So you've got to read. But you got to also do that. And thank you, Lady PC, for having me, Lady PNC, for having me. What books are you reading? I just had to do an interview about a month ago for a college student. And one of the questions on the interview form was, what books do I read? And she was asking, the interview was based on me as an elder, but she wanted to know what other books outside of the Bible do I read? So what books are you reading? What books are you reading? What websites centered around leadership or the area of leadership that you focus on, or the area of work that you're doing? Think about it. Here's what's important. In October, I have the opportunity to travel over to Kenya, Africa. I'll be going to Kenya in October. Well, in my preparation now to go, I already know that I have to change the settings on my plugs for my devices, for my phone and for my tablet, because their electrical outlets are different than what we have here in the United States. So if I was to go over there and just take the standard, I think ours is pretty much 12 volt. If I was to take the standard United States charge ports and plugs, I wouldn't be able to recharge my devices. You have to make sure, my leadership friends, that you are recharging yourself so you can always stay relevant to who you are and to what your leadership is to be. If you don't stay relevant, somebody will come into your area that may be more relevant than you, and the people that are assigned to follow you will see the relevancy in that other person, and they'll start following them. So, in order to stay recharged, here it is. 1, who have you connected to? And I'm not just talking about connecting to anybody just to have a group of people around you. But the person you connected to ought to be like-minded. They ought to be like-minded. And how do you know they're like-minded? Here it is. 1, you can tell their passion connects with your passion. And when you all sit down and have a conversation, time escapes. Before you all look up, you all have been talking for 2 hours. And it feel like you just sat down and talked 5 minutes ago. So you got to make sure that you connect with the right people of like-mindedness. The second thing is this: make the sacrifice to look for continual training or continual education moments. It's so much out there. It's so much out there. So much out there. And some of it may be a sacrifice. There's a lot of things out there that's free. But free doesn't always mean it's better. So many things that you can pay for. Paying for stuff don't always mean it's better. So you got to make sure you do your homework. Okay, you got to make sure you do your homework. And then the other thing is, what books are you reading? What books are you reading? You know, for me, I read a number of books. I read books on church leadership. I'm full-time in ministry, so I read books on church leadership. But then I read other books. I read books on management. I read genuine leadership books. Okay? So I don't just read one thing, but they're all in thing. I read management. I read leadership. I read books on running successful businesses. I read books on entrepreneurship. Why? Because when I sit down with a leader, I want to be relevant. I want to be well versed. Okay? And that's what you want to be. You want to be a well versed leader. So if you're on your job, what books are you reading pertaining to your area of employment? Okay? So that's what I want to talk about tonight, my leadership friends. You got to get plugged in. You got to stay charged. If not, guess what? You will be stale. You will be dry. You will be dry. Or you will be that seed that never sprout up that ground. And someone can nurture you and nurture you and nurture you all day, but you will never grow. Tell you this quick story. When I purchased my home, my dad came over, and of course I was a happy homeowner, and I didn't have very many trees in my yard. I had this oak tree in my backyard, and that was about it. I had a couple of pine trees in my backyard. My dad came over, and My dad loved outside. He loved flowers. He loved trees. And I never forget, my dad said, you need some trees in your yard, son. You need something that's going to bloom and something that can also provide you shade. So at the time, FSCJ, back then it was known as FJC, they used to give away crepe myrtles. So my dad decided this Saturday was giving them away. This was the time of the year for them to give them away, and he went and got me some. He went and got me some. Yeah, when I say he went and got me some, he went and got me some. So what we did was we planted 4 in the front of the house. Planted 4 in the front. And I had one last one that I thought, I planted in the backyard. In the middle of the backyard. So when I open up the windows and I open up the back door, I have this beautiful crepe myrtle when it's that time of the year that's blooming. But I needed to do a lot of work to my front yard. I need to to get the grass the way I wanted to go. I want, the look, and I wanted the grass to be pretty. All my neighbors' yards, grass looked like it was plush carpet, and I wanted to do it. So I spent a lot of time in my front yard. I wasn't too worried about the backyard because no one was really going back there. So what happened was the ones in the front yard, they grew. Very pretty. Even to this day. Very pretty. But you know what? The one in the backyard never grew. It never grew. For a matter of fact, it died. Now, crepe myrtles are known for having some very deep roots. But it died. It never grew. You want to know why? Because I spent more time in the front yard, nourishing it, watering the front area. I gave the front all of the attention and never considered that I had planted one in the backyard. What am I saying, my leadership friends? You have to be able, you have to be able to equally give time to what's important to you. If you're going to work 8 hours, you have to make sure that you're giving equal amount of time to what you know your purpose and destiny is in life. And then sometimes it can be a sacrifice. But you have to give that time. What you're seeing a man who spent years on a Friday, 8 hours, his day out of the office, in a bookstore, growing, reading, writing, developing presentations on leadership, making that sacrifice. Because I wasn't going to spend Sunday through Thursday being a great church staff member. And my purpose and my calling and my destiny is to be an effective and a great leadership nurturer. So get recharged. Get a book. Seek out some type of training and conference. Develop the right relationship. Sit at someone's feet. I enjoy you all being on. I don't just work on this on Sundays. I think about what I'm going to share when I close out this broadcast for the following week. Because I want to be relevant. so I can continue to help nurture you. But you have to be willing to recharge. So if I'm ever removed, you will still grow. Listen, God bless you. I believe in you. Thank you all for joining in on tonight, coming into this LeaderScope. You know what to do. Hit those hearts. Hit those hearts. Hit those hearts. And go ahead on and type in, I am a friend of leadership. Again, I do have the shirts. Now, if you want some books real quick to read, go to my website. I have a book, Journey to Effective Leadership by J. Scott Cotton. It's a journey. It's a journal. You read and then you give your reflections, your reflective thought about where you are based on that topic. Then I have another great book entitled The Marriage of Biblical Qualification and Secular Skill Set. It talks about how you take your spiritual gifts and you marry those with your secular skill sets so you can be effective in the kingdom in the 21st century. But then you flip that same book over, because if you can get married, sadly enough, you can also divorce from your assignment. So on the back side of the book, you flip the book over, there's another book entitled The Disillusion of the Marriage of Assignment. It's a collection of the top 10 reasons why leaders divorce themselves from their assignment. I tell you, it is the same top 10 reasons why couples in the natural get a divorce. So I want to be able to share that. That's a good start. Yes, I am going to plug my own material in. So if you want some great books, and then if you just want to be uplifted in who you are as a believer, I have another great book. I was walking my dog for 5 miles every day. I saw the simplicity of God. So I would come into the house after walking 5 miles, and I wrote an excellent book. It's called Good Morning Max. My dog name is Max. It's called Good Morning Max, a daily inspirational thoughts by J. Scott Cotton. So go to the website as well. The next news article will be out this week. Always check your mail, your Gmail, or your email accounts. Always check it, but also go to spam, because sometimes the email blast that I use sometimes will send it out into your spam account. I can't control that. I wish I could, but also always make sure you check your spam. And if you're not receiving it, let us know. Now, if you're serious about being charged, if you're serious about recharging yourself, okay, and hear me, if you're serious about recharging yourself, I say this every week, and no one has taken advantage of it. But if you're serious about recharging yourself, you have to sit down and you have to come up with a game plan. Someone on here tonight, if you're very, very serious about who you are as a leader and you want to be effective, you need to go to my website and you need to sign up for at least for a one-time meeting, coaching time, leadership coaching time with me. Okay? If you're serious, and I believe that you are serious because you're on here every week, hearing me for about 30 minutes is not going to help. You've got to develop a game plan. And that can only happen when you sit down. Okay? That can only happen when you sit down and you map out where you want to go. So you need to go to my website and you need to sit down. The first session is free. Okay? The first session is free. After that, there is a small fee, but you need to be able to map out where you really want to go. We need to sit down and talk. Okay? Thank God for Periscope. Thank God for LeaderScope, where I'm able to come into your homes, come into where you are, and you're able to come into my LeaderScope, into my space. But there's nothing more important than being able to sit down one-on-one, face-to-face, paper and pen, and map out where you want to go. I need to hear from you. You're hearing from me, but I need to be able to hear from you, your thoughts, where you want to go, what you see, what you believe. So you need to go to the website tonight. We need to get it on the schedule. I'm telling you all, I've had the conversations with people. I've had the conversation with my leader. I've had the one-on-one. We've mapped out some things. I am clear. And doors are opening. Doors are opening. And I want the same thing to happen for you. Okay? I want the same thing to happen for you. So come on, my leadership friends. We're leadership friends. This is a movement that's going to take place. We got to make sure we all on the same page. So visit the website, all right, and sign up. Somebody need to sign up tonight. I'm telling you, somebody need to sign up tonight. We need to sign and have a one-on-one. I'm real serious. I've never pushed this like this before. I know I've said it, and I've just, put it out there and left it. But I'm telling you, if you are serious, and I believe you are, if you want to see some change on your job, in your home, in your social organizations that you're a part of as a leader, you need to sign up tonight. Okay? If you want to be a role model in your house with your kids and your family, you need to sign up tonight. Leadership coaching is bigger than you just hearing me. It's making sure you're on the right track. And Lady PNC is putting that on the screen. You need to take advantage of it. You need to take advantage of it. You need to take advantage of it. Okay? You need to take advantage of it. It's your own personal one-on-one conference, seminar, workshop, however you want to define it, but it's your own personal one-on-one. Thank you for those hearts. All right, let's go. I'm a friend of leadership. Hashtag I'm a friend of leadership. Let's put it on that screen. Those of you who want a shirt, you can go to the website, order the shirt, or you can let me know. You can let us know by going to Facebook and inboxing us, so we'll know your size. I do have a few on hand. That's how you can communicate to us as well. Follow us on all of our social media: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest. We on everything. All right, we on everything. Because I'm doing a movement. All right. I'm serious about that. All right. Again, God bless you. I believe in you. Chat with you real soon. But remember, somebody need to go tonight. Somebody need to sign up for a free one-on-one paper and pen leadership coaching session with me. All right. Talk to y'all later. Y'all have a wonderful night.